Today on Men Calls the Heart, we talk about secrets being revealed, and we have special guests Aren Buchholz and Eva Bourne. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, Hearties. Hello, everybody. Welcome
that one's
back
not me.
to AfterBuzz TV. One Calls the Heart After Show. We are here doing season 4, episode 9, Heart of a Secret. James.
It's a live show, everybody.
I
It's
have
a
some
live
things
show.
going on today.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
Well, everyone,
If you wonder what that noise was, it was
Introduce
James's
yourselves.
phone.
It was my phone.
introduce yourselves.
I'm here today. I'm James Lott Jr. Oh, and that's it. That's all you get.
And that's it.
Yes.
Maria.
I am Maria Provenzano. You can find me at Maria Provenzano on Twitter, and all my information will be there.
Excellent. And I'm your host, Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at SeraphiniTV. We have a great show today.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
Yes, so am I.
Heart of Secret. Real quick thoughts of this. Maria.
So, first of all, I want to say one of my predictions was right.
Yes.
So
Congratulations.
that Ray Wyatt's brother is taking over the railroad. I thought that was a good fit.
Yes.
So I'm proud of myself. And
Yes.
just overall, I mean, The Secret, we'll get into Carson, but overall, like, just how keeping a secret, I think, can take such a toll on you and how it affects you as a person. But then, and then I think we talk about this all the time, but the overall sense of community. And I think that's what's going to bring us to what recaps the show. At the very end of the show.
recaps?
I'm not going to jump to the end of the show like I always do.
And predictions are later.
Yeah.
Remember that. James, already we're starting.
Again, great show. I thought, these shows I can relate to. They pack so much in. I can relate to a lot of stuff that goes on in these shows. They're so relatable. And Elizabeth's the best person on earth. I just love Elizabeth so much.
I know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just, and the kids, the acting is so good. The kids are so good. We got some great surprises, and we got laughter. We got some serious stuff. We got people kind of reconciling things together. Some cool scenes that happened, and that again were surprising, but made sense. The show's just so. I'm sad it's next week's night. The show has gotten so good this season.
I can't believe it's next week is the finale.
I know. I've been
know.
talking to a lot of people. It's like, I can't believe we only have one more episode.
Yeah.
It was so good this season.
I really enjoyed this episode. I got a lot of laughs out of this. It
was
felt
so
like
good.
another lighter episode. Unfortunately,
Until the end.
Jack's not there.
I told you guys, Jack's not coming back to the finale.
Yeah, it's really sad.
They're really making us feel what people do feel when they're
Yeah.
waiting for their loved one to come back. We all want Jack back, and bring Jack back. We want Jack back, and we're really feeling it now as viewers, what they would feel in real life. It's like, that's how it works sometimes. You don't get him back until you get him back, so they can get on the show.
I know, and I hope we get him hopefully in the next episode, because it would be a shame if we didn't get him in the finale, and then we'd have to go a whole nother year not seeing him. It's like,
I don't think they would do that.
I don't think they would do that either.
But that's a prediction.
That could be a prediction.
But it's funny. The writer of this episode was really.
The writing was great. Yeah.
The writing's been really good recently too. It's
Just the twists, the turns, unexpected things, the depth of character. I really think the writing has been great.
We're really seeing characters, their arcs are really changing.
Yeah.
We're seeing Bill, we're seeing Gowan change, we're even seeing Shane change now. He's only been in there a short time. We're seeing his kind of arc happen. The kids, it's just we're seeing everybody. It's Dottie. We're seeing everybody. We're seeing. I'm thinking about this episode. I'm thinking about where they came from. I was like, wow, they're here, and she has her own place now. And Rosemary's
It's amazing,
working with
and they've been talking about that for so long too.
Yes. I like seeing that just the arc. Just everybody. We're really seeing people. They change. And they're growing.
Yeah, it's so changing, and we see a lot of the kids too.
Yeah,
they're all so
especially
good.
in this episode.
Oh yeah, this whole season's been.
Yes,
I
very
feel
kid
like
heavy.
there's been
Yes.
a kid episode or a student storyline every episode.
Yes,
Which I'm totally fine with.
who knew that was going to be part of the fabric of this show?
Yeah.
For 4 seasons in, that the kids. I mean, we know they're important because she's a teacher, and that's part of the reason why she's there. But they really have been showcasing them this season. I mean, these kids are acting too. They are coming to taking the challenge. They're really doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with heavier
challenge.
storylines.
Definitely a
Yes.
challenge, and we have special guests joining us later
Yes.
in this show. But as we wait for them, let's
Yes.
get into this episode. Let's talk about Elizabeth. I mean, of course, she's like the main star and covers this whole episode, but she interacted with a lot of people on this episode.
She did.
Her and Opal were adorable.
Oh, yeah. And
so
Brownie.
I had seen
And Brownie. Can't forget Brownie.
I had seen the picture posted of Elizabeth and Opal and I think it was on Instagram, and I can't remember if it was Hallmark or if it was Erin's, but the picture of them sitting next to each other with all the jelly.
Oh,
So
okay.
I knew
no, those
something was
Erin's.
coming with them because I
Okay.
was like, there's no way I missed that. So I did see that. So I knew something was going to happen with Opal in this, but I thought the way they chose the storyline for her to be staying with Elizabeth was just so... I thought it was so smart because it actually showed Elizabeth how difficult it is to be a
I couldn't
parent.
stop. I thought of you because I've been
Yeah.
there too. With the whole scene in the cafe, I have been there with my kids and grandkids, where it's just the food everywhere over their faces. I mean, you always wonder like how to get the food everywhere.
I mean,
Everywhere.
like in places you wouldn't even
Exactly.
think.
But that's
exactly.
kids,
That's
you know?
kids. But
I
like
know.
how they do
They're
it.
so
So
sticky. Remember Rosemary?
Oh,
said
yeah,
that?
sticky. Yeah, sticky.
I think of that all the time
Especially
because
with
my
jam.
son is always sticky.
my kids were sticky too.
my
They're always sticky.
gosh.
So I thought of you, Rex, when I saw scene, and when she put it a little bit on her, I was like, there's
Yeah.
so many times I had jelly and
Oh my
syrup and
God.
ketchup on me, and just I mean.
For the first year of Grant's life, my hair was up because I would just have stuff, and I'd still find stuff in my hair. I mean, he got ketchup on my new furniture this weekend, by the way, you guys.
Oh,
I-
no.
There were tears, but I got it out. I got it out. Dawn is a lifesaver.
There you
I
go.
digress.
But it was
But
a
it's
great
very
scene.
true. It's very true.
But it's true, which is why
I-
it's a good storyline.
Yeah.
I really liked how Opal and Elizabeth were together throughout the season. You know what Opal was saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're a blessing too, and Elizabeth, Miss Thatcher. I'm like, melt my heart.
That was
My
a really
goodness.
sweet moment because kids speak so authentically.
They do. They do.
There was no like manipulation behind it. There was nothing she was trying to get besides. And you know what I thought was interesting? Not to keep talking about myself, but you know, it was really sweet that moment where Elizabeth sat with her and she's like, "Well, you know, when I can't sleep, I talk about my blessings," and it just gave me such comfort watching that because every night I tell my son when we pray, we talk about what we're grateful for, and so like there's been a night where he will be like, you know, we're grateful for family, blah blah, and he goes, "And you, Mom," and I was like. And I died. So when I saw, and so then I see this, and I think so many parents can watch that, or like even aunts, uncles, people
Yeah.
who have been in that
Yeah.
role. And so I just thought that was such a beautiful moment. It was sort of all encompassing.
There's nothing like having a kid just like when they run up to you and hug you, or when you're talking to them and you really connect with a little kid. You connect with them. There's nothing. It's different than connecting with an adult. It's just there's nothing like it. And I know you have nieces and nephews. I mean, it's just when you connect with them, it's just something about it's so pure, and you earned it because kids are so just like they don't suffer fools lightly. Kids are just like they're kids.
Yeah.
They see things
Right.
very clearly, and
Kids always know.
yes, and so when you connect with them, it's like it's such a great thing. It's like wow, I earned that.
And how funny was it the girls were so jealous?
Oh, I know, it was cute.
So they ended up doing the sleepover.
Well, I started laughing because I had two daughters, so I remember the kids and how loud they were. The girls were so loud.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh my
A
goodness.
gaggle of girls together. It's loud, but it's so much fun. That was a great scene. I love that. I love that Rosemary came over with the cake. The cake looked good.
It did. It
I
looked
know. I was
delicious.
like, I want some cake.
Oh, I saw your tweet, Marissa. They didn't show spaghetti this time.
Oh,
They
no.
didn't
They
show
didn't
it.
show the
They didn't show
spaghetti.
it. A big giant pot of spaghetti. They didn't show that. Remember first that was so funny from last season. They didn't show it.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if James would like some
That's
of
a
that
spaghetti.
spaghetti.
Oh, my God.
In fairness, it did make me hungry a little bit.
The cake?
or get the
or just the
cake,
spaghetti?
spaghetti,
Spaghetti.
just mention
Just
of
all food in general.
But the cake looked good.
But of course, the slumber party,
Oh, yeah.
you know, ended up with pillow fight, as all girls
Yes,
parties
yes,
do.
they do, yes,
you
they
know,
do.
we always pillow fight.
I've
You guys.
never been in a pillow fight.
Really?
Not like that.
No.
Oh.
Elizabeth's face though was hysterical. Like, what is happening?
Yes, I love it.
Hysterical.
But her and Rosemary, that's a point we should
was
bring
sweet.
up. I mean, they're talking about their arc happening. They're really becoming good friends. They're becoming really close.
Yeah, it was very sweet, especially when, you know, Rosemary was like, and I'm here when you're ready
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah, I know.
It was funny because it went from a funny moment with the girls doing pillow fight to a serious moment like that, and then going back to cake. You know, you had like all these beats within 2 minutes. It was really
Well,
great acting
goes
and
back
great
to cake.
writing.
Everything goes back to cake.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a chocolate cake
as
girl.
It should.
There's a chocolate cake with cherries. I was like, I'm all in. I was all in. That sounded good.
I could eat that right now.
Sounded
That
delicious.
sound good. You like chocolate? You know that sounds good.
I love chocolate.
With
Don't even
cherries.
get me started on chocolate. My goodness. I always say I take payment in the form of chocolate and coffee.
She does.
Oh yeah,
And it's true.
that's the way to
It's
go.
true, you guys.
And
That-
sleep.
That is the way to my heart. But Elizabeth and Opal were very cute and very gracious of her, and just to be that hospitable to a student of her own. That's
Yes.
not and a good practice for Elizabeth.
That's what I was saying. I think it was more of a practice because she got a chance to see. Because we got to talk about some things when Jack gets back. Of course, we were laughing about that. But it was got a chance to kind of do a test drive.
Right.
Yeah.
See what it's like, and she's seeing it could be rewarding. It's like I gather from her towards the end, it could be rewarding. And she was going to miss Opal a little bit, but also at the beginning it was kind of like,
overwhelming.
What am I doing? Which is that's parenting.
Yep.
It is parenting.
Yes.
And even we find out that her and Jack had a conversation about children. Like, what?
Yes.
Will we see this
Well,
in the
yeah,
future?
I mean, I think because they had talked, they knew that they wanted to marry each other,
That's-
and I think you anytime you want to marry somebody, you talk about stuff like
But we
that.
Yeah.
haven't actually seen this
We haven't
conversation.
seen
No, we haven't seen it.
It
Right.
was off screen. It happened.
You're very mad at that.
I know, she was
You're like, I
like-
really wanted to be there for that.
I just want to make sure that I didn't
I
miss
wanted to be
anything.
there for that.
Yeah, like clue us into their lives. Come on.
Yes.
That's funny.
But I think Elizabeth does a great job of cluing herself into other people's lives. Her and being like a great wing woman once again towards Nurse Faith and Shane.
Sort of a matchmaker, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that her and Shane are friends. They're friendly. There's no sexual stuff going on or anything going on between them. It's just friendship because she loves Peter, right? His name? Phil. No, the little kid.
Philip.
Who's
Phil. I'm like, Phil. I already gave him a nickname.
who's like the most adorable little kid.
When I write my notes, I write Phil. I don't write Philip.
He's so adorable, first of all. I just love he's so adorable.
He is the cutest kid.
He's a cute little kid. So, but I like that her and Shane are friends, and she gives him advice as a friend, like, you should do more of this. You should try this, and he's actually taking her up on it. And so that's like the big surprise for me was like Shane and Faith. Oh, okay, sure, why not?
I didn't expect it,
No,
but I like it.
me too.
I think it's a sweet storyline that
I do too.
I just when the moment happened, I was kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
like
okay.
she's been through the ringer too. Sister has had a rough
she
patch
said that. She
with
said that.
guys.
She did.
She
Yes, she
was
did.
engaged, and then she had Ray Wyatt try to hit on her. So she deserves some love too.
Lori
And he
Pearson's-
seems like a good guy.
Lori Pearson says for you, Marissa, maybe in the church that night. They were all night. They talked about the baby stuff.
Maybe.
But they were there all night. She still didn't see it though, Lori.
Okay.
She didn't see it.
Okay, yeah, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
We didn't
Like,
live it.
I need visual reinforcement that this happened. I was like, it's not asking for much.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did like Faith's lines, like, sorry, as I'm going through my notes once again, she's like, I haven't had like the greatest experience with men. And I was like, yeah, you and me both, girl. But like the fact that like she actually has like maybe a true gentleman, but speaking about Shane, who can actually court her.
And it's funny that he's a little awkward
Yeah.
because he
I
hasn't
love
done a
it.
lot of it.
Yeah, he
that's,
is.
Love it.
I wasn't trying to be macho or anything. Just like he's trying to impress her, and she's like, "Okay, you don't have to try so hard. It's gonna be okay." 'Cause he's like, "I should do this." And again, I keep telling you because I'm a guy, and I know how we guys think. We want to fix it. We want to give you the best. We have our own pride that we put out there.
Yeah.
And it'll take a woman to say, it's okay. Like, it's fine. She had a good time. He kissed her on the cheek, and then they kissed.
They did.
I was like, all right, I didn't expect that either. It's like, all
I
right.
didn't expect that
but
either.
like a first kiss on the first date.
I know. I didn't
And
kiss my husband on our
I
first date.
posed this
Oh, you
on
didn't?
No.
yeah, I posed this on Twitter.
I kissed him on his cheek.
How come
Okay.
it takes every other couple in the
I'm
show?
proud of myself for that. Sorry, go ahead, Marissa.
Like, how come, and I posted this on Twitter, how come it takes every other couple on the show to one date to kiss, but it takes Jack and Elizabeth 12 episodes?
Yeah.
No. Because it leads.
I know, and it's that slow build up, but come on.
It all came from Sam and Diane on Cheers all those years ago. Once they started that whole
no.
thing, and then on Moonlighting, David and Maddie, it's that whole tension thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And since
for
they're
sure.
the leads, they took forever to get there, of course. Mm-hmm. So it was like,
I
dang
mean,
it.
Ross and Rachel
Ross
took
and
how
Rachel,
long
yeah,
to
exactly,
actually end up together?
Exactly. So I think it's kind of, so I agree with you. Like, everybody else goes fast, but with them, they took it slow.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah,
worth it. It's
Ross
worth
and
it.
Rachel took a season.
They did. Remember, they did. So
Well,
They took the end of the season.
yes,
Kissing
that's true.
finale in a fantasy dream. But that's another show.
We're doing the Friends after show. It'll be next.
God,
I could totally do the first show.
Oh my gosh, you and me both.
But
Yes.
yeah, I did like this and the fact that Shane, like, I approve of the Shane and Faith relationship.
Mr. approves.
I approve.
She approves this time. She approves.
Yes, and if I were ever to go out, I'd want Elizabeth as my wing woman, Because she'd be non-judgmental and she
Yes.
would actually be supportive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she would help find you
If
someone.
it was someone that she liked, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so yeah, that's true. That's
But
very
she's
true.
a great wing woman.
She's good.
Just saying.
She's
Just saying.
good. She's good at everything.
All right. Anything else about that?
I think with Philip, I thought it was a nice way to showcase his initial reaction of being somewhat sad, which I think most kids would have
Yeah.
that initial
Yeah.
reaction.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the effort that was made by her because I think that's so real life in any situation, even
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. You know, when people deal with divorce and things like that, there's always a new significant other. So I thought that was a good moment that he didn't just like it right away. You know what I mean?
And we're talking about Elizabeth still, right? But
I'll say,
the-
yeah, we'll
Elizabeth
well,
Thatcher,
that's part, but
yeah.
so, okay, well, one thing I want to bring up
Oh,
with
yeah,
that,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth and oh my God, I'm gonna blink all of a sudden. Yeah, I wanted to bring up that because another part of her storyline. Oh, when the other constable came to town,
Oh, yeah.
and it was so
Yeah,
realistic.
Gleason.
Yeah, Gleason. It was so realistic that she was just like, "Is he okay?" She was talking to Oprah at first, and she completely was like, "Oprah, hold on for a second," and got up and was like,
Yeah.
"I want to know about her." And she wrote down, that nice phrase. I'm sure you wrote it. I forgot it right there.
Corinthians 4.
Yeah.
Corinthians 13.
13, yeah,
Yes.
13:4. Love is patient.
Yes, love
They
is
say
patient.
that that's like every wedding.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
vow.
I couldn't remember off the top of my
Love is
head.
kind.
Yes.
Is patient, love is kind.
Yeah,
love
so
that.
I think she handed it to me to make sure. So it was like, we didn't have Jack, but we had a Mountie, and and so it's kind of it's interesting that she's going through this. She's really going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Hearties. We're having some technical difficulties
Yes.
on our end, but don't worry. It will eventually happen. We will get Aren and Eva soon. I'm really excited for this. But moving on, as we wait for that, let's talk about Dottie and Rosemary.
Yes.
Rosemary. Yes, we agree.
Yes.
Rosemary, it was fun to see Rosemary actually working for something she
Yeah.
truly believes in.
Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of another side to her that we haven't seen.
Yeah, finally, right?
Yeah,
Like finally,
a
she's
serious side
yes.
that she's putting her productive efforts into something good.
I agree, and I just love seeing Dottie, just her
Yeah.
evolution.
I like Dottie.
And I could see her evolution, and then putting the sign up, and just her sense of pride, and I know how that can feel. How you started my own business, you just go, wow.
Mm-hmm.
She came from tragedy in some ways, and now
Yeah.
she's surviving. And Rosemary's right there with her, and she's happy too. It's like everybody's kind of happy. It's like this is gonna be really good, and this is up Rosemary's alley. So I love seeing that side of Pascal's acting and the writing of that, because you're right, it's a whole different side of Rosemary now.
It is a whole different side.
I loved watching the side of her that was trying to pitch
Oh, yeah.
the shirts to Lee.
Yes.
And then he didn't want anything that she did.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I thought it was hilarious.
The
Their
customer's
dynamic
always right.
is so funny.
But is that true?
I
mean,
But it was so funny. The shirt she
was.
did, I was like, yes.
It was kind of cute the way she said
I
it.
was
Was
like,
cute.
yes, and I agree with the blue.
Me too.
And I was on
plaid.
board. And then it was funny. I was like, no, not the red. And then he picks the red. He's like, I want 2 pockets and less buttons, all this stuff. And I was just
Yes,
cracking
me
up
too.
watching. I kind of thought that was going to happen as it,
Oh, yeah.
but I liked her. That was like a good storyline for her, like her acting
I agree.
choices
I
and all
agree.
of that. Yeah.
I think it's good that they can still work on a business level together, also while still being spouses, in a funny comedic way.
Yeah.
And the fact that yes, she needs business, he's willing to give her some business. It may not be in the way that she necessarily
Right.
wants it, but it's business. It's
business.
business.
I agree with Joyce Keeler that Rosemary's facial expressions are hilarious. They're just
Oh
hilarious.
my gosh.
Oh, they're hysterical.
Pascal does a great job with that. Just her facial expressions. He's so good at that. I have a big crush on her. So
She encompasses the character so perfectly.
does.
She
She
really does.
does.
Like I can't think of anybody who could do this better.
I can't
You
either.
know?
I mean, she has to straddle the line between comedy and drama all the
Yeah.
time.
And being annoying.
Being annoying,
Yeah.
being a little over the top, but not too much. I mean, like not being too cartoonish. She's probably one of the hardest characters.
I think so
Yeah.
for sure.
I think she definitely has a lot of layers that we
Yeah.
weren't expecting when we first saw her.
That's true.
For sure.
That's completely true.
And
She's like-
she is complicated in some ways, but it's nice to see different sides of her every few episodes.
Yeah.
She's complicated, yet she's also kind of who she is. She's kind of transparent too in some ways.
little
She
bit,
is who she is, but we're seeing different. But like you said, we're funny, like peeling the onions or whatever you call those things, layers,
The
onions. Whatever.
layers.
And we're seeing different sides of her now. She's 3-dimensional now, not just a foil for somebody or just being silly to be silly. She's not just that anymore.
Right.
Like I said, the Elizabeth friendship, that's really coming together. It's really a real friendship. So I love that.
I agree. It was really fun, and then we have Dottie's Apparel Shop. It's now
Yes.
officially in business. And we also got that sweet moment where Elizabeth actually asked Rosemary to design her wedding gown.
That was very sweet. I didn't expect that either, actually.
And I loved her reaction was just so like, oh, that meant so much to her.
It did me.
Her acting was so good.
I'm hearing something.
Hello.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Oh, look
So
at them.
Hearties, you're just tuning in. We have Aren Buchholz and Eva Bourne joining us via Skype. Thanks so much
Hi,
for joining
guys.
You
us.
guys.
We've been waiting patiently.
Thank you. We've been setting it up on our technical end to make
Yes.
sure it works. Technology. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. So, Team Classy, we actually have you guys. The Hearties are really,
Yes.
really excited. What has season 4 been like for both of you so far?
Ooh. Between us, Team Class, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good with
Pretty
that
good.
kid.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I'd say pretty good. And then, you haven't seen much of us together, but we're doing a lot. Like, you hear about it off, like, in the script, like, we go into the county fair, right? So our relationship's building. But it's, the season for me was awesome. It was getting to work with a few people I hadn't worked with before, which is really cool.
With Cabin.
Cabin, I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of scenes with Cabin,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
Lee's
Yeah.
character.
Mhm.
And then I guess, with Rosemary too. I hadn't been like with Pascal. That's pretty cool. What about you?
I'm pretty with Abigail for most of this season, and there isn't too much more going on with Team Classy,
know, Team
unfortunately, for
Class.
this season.
Next season.
Not
Next.
the problem, but
So,
You guys saw that,
We did get a kiss from you, though.
yeah, we just see that.
and so just had to,
right?
I'm so glad that they wrote that for Claire, because I think it is really time for her to, take her life in control and
Yeah, girl, that was all you.
You
That
took the
was.
initiative on that one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, Aren, it's your buddy James, of course. I've been a fan of yours from the very beginning. I've always done that. So my question, say it, what?
That's true. You were always on Jesse's side.
Yes, I was.
we were, yes.
Listen,
Marisa was not.
It's like, I was questioning
were.
you.
Yes.
I was questioning you.
You wrong a little bit.
That's so funny. But I've always been very vocal about it. So online, I've
Yes,
always
you
been
have.
vocal about it, and on the show very much. But so I want to ask you, for you and you guys, does it seem great that even though you're not on screen a lot together this season, that the fans want you guys together? They want Jesse to have a good life now, coming from where you came from on the show as a character.
Totally.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
the support from the Hearties has been.
So amazing.
I know we didn't expect that at all. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't, so
Yeah.
Can't talk for you, but it was their support's been so awesome, and having Jesse as the bad guy and his arc and changing
Yeah.
this girl. It's been a cool experience and journey. So to have them on our side and they created Team Class.
Yeah, they did that
They did.
themselves.
Yeah,
It's amazing what the Hearties do, and it just being an actor and wanting that arc as a character. So working with these veteran characters that you guys, veteran actors that have been around forever doing this amazing work. What have you guys learned the most from working with them?
I think to just relax and have fun, and that your work is sort of already done. Like, everybody is a great actor on that show. They already come in with so much to give, and so it's just you go in, you have fun, and
Relax.
Yeah, just
learn
relax.
Your lines
Learn your lines.
Learn your lines. That helps.
Fine.
That does help, but to be more in the moment, then yes.
Exactly.
Totally.
So you really get to play off one another rather than being too concerned about what you're doing. And I think especially with Lori and Daniel and Aren,
well, they're also seasoned,
and
right?
Jack,
Yeah.
they're all so seasoned that they're just very present. So you can just play right in the moment with them. It's so lovely.
Yeah, it's great to watch them too. You can copy them a little bit, maybe.
Well, yeah, you have to learn from the best, which is great. But you guys have done some amazing acting too, so it's been really great to watch you guys.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome.
Yeah. So for those who may not know, how did you both get involved on the show? Like, what was your audition process like if you had to do that? How did you get involved with the show?
You were on the show first.
Yeah,
right? You were in
I
season 2.
was.
Yeah.
Well, I just got the script for the first episode of season 2, and I think immediately I was really drawn to Clara because she's coming from so much. And then I just went in the room and then I booked it.
Nailed
it.
And I think the first day that I was on set was funny because so I walked in, before this, I was on Garage Sale Mysteries already.
Yes.
And I remember talking to Lori about the fact that I was going out for When Calls the Heart, because I said, oh, well, it's interesting because I'm going out for sort of a similar relationship that would be with Lori. So I kind of thought that it wouldn't happen. And I honestly talked to my agent and said, should I go out for this? Because is there really any chance of me getting it when Hallmark has already sort of casted me in this daughter role to Lori already? And so she was like, oh, just, don't worry about it too much. Just go and have fun and, don't. And I remember talking to Lori and she said, yeah, they probably won't do that because it is kind of weird. And I was like, yeah, right? It's weird. And so, and then I showed up on set. And she was already on the couch, like, getting ready, and it was my scene where we're sitting and having tea, and I'm talking about Peter, who's passed. And so, she's just sitting there, and I walk in, and I'm like, hey. Oh, honey bunny.
That sounds like her.
Well, it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun on set. What are some of the things you guys do in the free time?
Oh.
I like to walk around the set just because
beautiful,
it's so there, and like there's the horses, you can go feed the horses.
Beautiful.
It's just we're so lucky to be able to shoot there on location.
Yeah, I'm always hunting for Cabin because he has seriously, he has the funniest stories. He's just such a hilarious person to be around.
Totally.
I mean I think the comedy that him and Pascal have on set. And their characters, that is like real life too.
Oh, really?
It's pretty good.
Their banter is excellent.
Yeah, they've got really good banter. Yeah.
So, Aren, how's it feel having all these men? There's more men this season. There's like men everywhere on the show this season.
Out of here, guys. Come on.
You were there first. Come on. Wait, how's it been with you guys?
The more the merrier, really. Just anything that's going to add to the storylines and add to the show. I mean, the people are also great. Like, Carson's new character, that's such an interesting new character. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I would like to have a little bit more time with her, but
okay.
Like the Hearties would too,
Hearties would want to see.
They told us.
Yeah, I think they would.
Speaking of that, we don't really see your characters as often as the other characters we see on a regular basis. How often do you two film episodes? Is it like every once in a while? I mean, I know the schedule's a little bit different, but when you're not filming, what do you do?
Like comparatively, I mean, it's so random just because
we're
on random days here and there. So one week you could be shooting all 5 days, or the other you could be shooting none or one.
Yeah,
so
or one. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of all over the map. But, our schedules are a little bit different. So.
Yeah, I mean, and definitely this season not so much. Like comparatively, I'd say if they're shooting 5 days a week, we're shooting one.
Like,
or how much?
Yeah. Something like that.
Do you generally stay in the area knowing that they might need you again, or do you like go back home and do you travel in between?
Well, we're both local.
Yeah, we're local.
Okay.
So we're right here.
Yeah.
But like if I'm gonna like let's say, like I'm from Saskatchewan originally, so if I go home to visit like my mom or my family there, they're pretty good at like scheduling, and they'll give it to us ahead of time so I can plan around that. It's pretty good.
Same with me. Like small town. Yeah. Small town vibes.
Does your mom get the show there?
That's actually where I was in Saskatchewan, and I self-taped for this role.
Oh,
so I was in the room originally, and I self-taped for it, and then they brought me in again. Then I met with Neil Fernley.
Yeah.
And then booked it from there. So I think the Saskatchewan small town vibes. Maybe some help.
So your small town there, do they get the show there? Can your mom watch you?
No, because they get it later. Like we in Canada don't get.
That's right.
It's on TBC now, but
Is it?
it's not this.
Not this season, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she's seen like season 3. 'Cause it's on
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's waiting.
Well, they need to get on that. Like, well, I know that they are, but I think it's ironic that
Yes.
Canada
Yeah, right?
gets it later.
Right,
than
it's in
America.
Canada, and it gets it later.
Yeah.
It's like so weird. That's completely weird.
So strange.
Yeah, well, we first met you at Heartie's, family reunion
Yes,
too. What was
yes.
that experience like for both of you? Being around all those Hearties.
Yes.
Pretty crazy.
You did the year before?
I did the year
Yeah.
before, and there were a lot of people there, and it was a little bit of a different setup. So when you guys were there, so when we were doing the photo ops, so the first reunion, they had everyone come in and we were signing. So it seemed like a lot of people, and I think there were the first one maybe like 200 or something like that, and this one I think Brian was saying that there were
a lot more.
a lot
Yeah.
Like 5 or
500
something.
plus.
Yeah, 500 plus.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy, but it was a great experience because we love the show already and we're so grateful to be a part of it, but to see how it's affecting the fans is really special.
Yeah.
And it kind of just makes you want to give even that little bit more to the role and to Hope Valley.
Yeah.
It was a really surreal experience.
It was a
Yeah.
perfect word. Like,
Yeah.
When I showed up, I couldn't believe how many people were there. Like they told me, but until you actually see, you're like,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
People
I
showed up.
agree.
Yeah.
And then the actual, like where we took the pictures and stuff,
The
we had
photos.
to meet and greet everyone.
Yeah.
And we had, I think it was 5 minutes with each group?
Yeah, that scene, I was honestly maybe sad. I was like,
Yeah, because you wanted to like interact more, and then there's a line of people. And
Yeah.
it was-
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
rushing them through, and
But it was
that a
so
little
amazing to be able to just like put names to faces, like with
Mhm.
like Nicole, like all the
Yeah.
tweeters and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great
And their
leaders.
support is everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was just really nice to meet everyone and
Yeah.
see and
yeah. I mean, without them, the show would not be what it is.
Oh, gosh.
So we're pretty grateful.
I mean, they
Literally.
trend on
True.
Twitter.
Yes.
Like the Hearties are legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like every single episode, I'm like, how are we number 2 or
Yeah.
number 3 or
Right.
like number 1?
Right.
It's crazy.
blows my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The Hearties are a force, and they're watching you
They
guys
are
right
for us,
now.
yeah.
They're watching you now, so
Say
Yeah.
hi to the Hearties.
yeah, they are for us. They
Yeah,
are.
HFR2 was so much fun, especially meeting everyone and meeting you guys. And Aaron, we talked to you for a
Yeah,
good
we
amount
did.
of time
We
in the
talked a lot
green
in the
screen.
green room.
We missed the whole second panel
We did. We missed the
because we were
second
talking
panel.
to you. It
Yes.
was great.
Back to Vancouver and visit us.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah!
I would
Oh my
totally do
God!
it.
I love Vancouver. I'd love to go back.
I got
again.
my tax returns. Why not?
You guys have
Yeah,
clean
great.
you have clean subways. Clean subways. I loved it. I want to do it. Yes. I was gonna say, we're so happy that you came on the show because people really do, and this is one of the few shows that I know of. I mean, I do soap shows and things like this, but this show really is about the fans. I mean, you guys are having a once in a lifetime experience, I think, being actors on a show, a period piece show,
Right, yeah.
and that's so popular today. How does that feel?
Pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a period show, right? So like that's so cool already, having to dress up like that. And
Well,
Come to say.
talk for yourself. Poor Walter.
I take
Be happy about it.
Are those corsets really uncomfortable to wear all throughout the day?
It's pretty uncomfortable. Especially on like a long day. If we have, a
well, I
scene
can't
where
imagine. Like,
exactly. Okay, I will not wear that corset if I have an emotional scene. I just can't.
Oh.
I can't.
Oh.
that cuts you off.
Yeah, it's really hard. I will say, I do stand up a lot straighter now.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
my
posture's like this. I'm always chest out, shoulders
Jeez,
back. Yeah, probably.
Proper woman.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, do you guys appreciate more modern times now? Now that or do you think of like, God, I can live back here in this time period?
Oh no.
I definitely definitely makes you appreciate what we have, and to think about having to live back then, and just simple things like the little stuff. That's good.
Taking a shower.
Yeah, running water.
Hot water.
Hot water, yeah. Or just like being able to eat, because it's like having a corset on, you can't eat much.
Totally.
For
Or
sure.
even having to wait for something for so long,
yeah.
right?
Like
Like you have to
mail.
order something, and
Yeah, if we don't
Or
get text
like
messages,
cars.
we're mad.
Cars, so like riding horses everywhere,
Yeah.
which is pretty fun, I should say.
So that probably fun.
So you mentioned the horses. Yeah, their horses are always on set? Is that, or like, okay.
Much, yeah. Like they're in and around all over. Like if they're not in the shot, they're around.
Wow,
Wow.
okay.
That's awesome.
Love horseback riding.
So that's what I love. And I actually,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to ride a horse until the show.
Oh.
Ah.
Did they ask
And
you?
they had
They asked you.
It's one of those things you have on your resume and you're like, I'll figure it out when I get
Yes.
there.
pretty much.
Exactly.
I mean, I've ridden a little bit, like growing up in Saskatchewan, like maybe a pony here.
A
there.
pony. A pony.
That counts. It counts.
2 weeks before I had to shoot my first day, I went to Cloverdale and I went up to Whitlam. I like took a couple lessons.
Oh, okay.
Because my first scene on the show, I am galloping like, into frame, and I'm like
That's
looking at the
so
town.
funny.
And you have to look like you know what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and your character was part of the Garrison gang and all
Yes.
that.
That's so funny.
Is it more fun to play like a bad boy compared to a good guy now? What's more fun for you?
I mean, I love. I played a lot of bad guys in my career so far. I don't know why. I love
That
it.
look.
That look.
Got that look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that look. That look.
You're so
yeah.
good at it, though.
Yeah, I look.
Yes.
No, but, yeah, you know, I've played a lot of bad guys before, but the interesting thing about Jesse is he has that history. Well, we don't really know his full history. We just know that he he was younger, he lost his parents, and he fell in with the wrong crowd. And, you know, I like to bring that compassion to my characters and like layer it. So I like to think, you know, Jesse's a good guy. Even back then when he was making mistakes and getting in trouble, he was still kind of in that flight or fight mode. You know, he's trying to just survive.
Yeah.
And that was his way of surviving, was just, you know, maybe it was the easy way out back then. And he really looked up to Frank. And then when he found Frank and he had, you know, redeemed himself and turned his life around, I think it was a really good step in the right direction for Jesse to see that. And then, of course, meeting you. That helped a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the journey that he's taken, and I like the fact that there is still that bad boy deep down, but like deeper down, he's always been like an earnest, good person.
Yeah.
So I knew that. I told you I knew from the very beginning. I knew from the very beginning. I totally knew that.
I don't think anyone's that truly bad. You know?
No.
I just question you.
She's defending herself now.
Especially when you were getting together with Claire, I was like, "Oh, girl, watch out," because I know what he's capable of. So I was sticking up for you.
Because a lot of folks, yeah,
So,
you had the whip.
Yeah, totally.
But a lot of folks were actually sticking up. They're very protective of their female characters on this
Yeah,
show.
Exactly.
And so Claire, I mean, so even you know that about Clara. It's like they're totally protective.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
As they should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank
Where would you like to see Team Class go in the future?
Mm.
We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're like,
More
just
dates.
like a date.
A date. I love it.
Let's go to the county fair. That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
yeah, totally.
More walk and talks.
More walk and
Oh
talk.
yes, yes.
Yeah, as a relationship, I don't know. I'd like, just to see where the characters can go in that way. Like have us have more banter.
Yeah. I personally would love to see Jesse move up into the, business world with Lee. I think that's such a great... I loved watching when he was actually in the office, like trying to get his job in the office.
Yes.
And like, I mean, even though it's that little bit of bad boy in him, but it's also
Yes.
like he's got that fire and he wants to be successful at whatever he does. So I love that moment for him, but I would love to see him grow a little bit more in terms of like being more like Lee in the business world, because I think that's his goal.
And Lee's is a great role model for him to see.
Right.
Like, you have to put in the work. You gotta
Yeah,
work hard.
totally.
You can't just try and cheat your way to the front of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're making lots of mistakes along the way.
Yeah,
I
which
think
is-
that's normal.
Of course.
That's totally
Of
normal.
course.
He has to grow into himself.
And muffins. So anywhere there's a muffin, I can see
Oh, yeah.
Oh, muffin. That's
So do you guys have any other Hallmark projects in the future, or just any other projects in the future that we could look forward to?
Well, yeah, we do. You got the.
I'm starting to film Garage Sale. We start to go back on the 8th, and then we'll do another one before we start filming.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
I love it.
Oh, you're coming
Spoiler.
back. We all know it.
We're
We all
coming
know
back.
it.
Season 5's happening.
It's happening.
How come season
I'm
5 not
assuming.
happening?
I mean, I don't know. Now I feel bad. Like,
Just put it out into the universe. We all know it's coming back. We've already called
first
it.
here,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, because August of this year, 2017, there's like 4 garage sale
Yeah.
mystery movies coming out.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
I'm
they're
actually
just
going to be
bang, bang,
auditioning
bang,
for
bang,
me.
bang. Are you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
auditioning.
Oh, that's awesome.
sweet.
You're gonna play my boyfriend.
Awesome.
How do we? I wish like all of the Hallmark fans could have a say in like which
Yes.
people get which roles because
Yeah.
we'd be like, yay!
Oh, for sure. I would do casting like nobody.
It's true. It's true. I mean, they definitely have a lot of the cast from When Calls the Heart come on to Garage Sale.
I love that.
Yeah, I
I'm
noticed.
surprised.
There
Put in
you
a
go.
good word for me.
What are you gonna do for it?
Yeah, what do you do?
We'll see.
And then, I'm going to be shooting with actually Jack Wagner.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
I love Jack Wagner.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're doing the wedding march. So,
Oh, you're gonna be in
Oh.
the sequel?
To film in Harrison.
we're going to go to Harrison Hospital.
Oh,
I've
I'm
actually
so
never been.
lucky.
Is it nice?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's really nice. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, we're talking.
Maybe we can see you in like Jack's band, and we can see you like playing an instrument or singing, doing
There
backup
you
vocals
go.
or something.
If I could play.
I was gonna
can't.
say, are you musically talented?
Ooh.
Not so much. Not so much.
Kind of play the ukulele.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
But it's a lot easier than guitar, so I was like, I'll do that one.
Yeah, speaking of which, what do you guys like to do for fun when you're not filming?
Oh man, I feel like I'm honestly pretty busy with tapes. I do. I'm starting to working with this company called Young Movie Makers. So basically, we make short films with kids
Oh.
all through the ages of like 4 to 17. So we'll like write a script with them with the group, and then we'll suss out the actors, who's going to play who, and we film for an entire week, or we'll do, depending on the program, so sometimes it'll be like once a week for a few months. So that's been really cool, and I love working with kids. They can be so funny and not even know it, so it's really hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been keeping pretty busy with that.
Nice. I don't have anything that cool. Whoa.
I'm sure you do.
I play hockey, so I play rec
that's
hockey. And we're actually in playoffs right now.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Where's your beard? Where's your beard?
I know.
Why aren't you? It was. Oh, okay. I see a few whiskers.
Clean for Hallmark.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, it's
Actually, I
clean.
couldn't grow if I tried. Well, I have tried, yeah.
oh, you can't. Okay. 'Cause you can't shave till the playoffs are over. Like, hello.
Yeah. Take mustaches for Halloween, and that's all I need.
That's it. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I love it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. We're really excited that this actually worked out.
Yes.
for everybody.
Yes.
Where can everyone find you guys on social media?
Oh, what's your Twitter?
Mine's just at Aren Buchholz, so my name.
Yeah, and mine's at Real Eva Bourne.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's
It
right.
is.
Yeah, thanks so much for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
Thank you.
us. Everyone loves you,
Yes.
and so do we. And hopefully season 5, and we will have you back next year.
Yes. Yes.
That'd be great. And if you're
Yeah, thanks, Hearties.
if you're ever in LA, we'd love to have you
Yes,
in the
Yes.
studio
come
as
to
well.
the studio in LA.
Next time we're down there for sure.
Totally.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, thanks, Hearties,
Bye.
and thanks,
Thank
Aaron
you.
and Eva. We'll talk to you next time.
Fine.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. They're awesome.
Yes.
I loved it. That was so much fun.
Let's go. Let's look at there.
They're so cute.
They're
Yes, they are cute
Team
together.
I want to
Plus.
keep them. Just
I
like
know.
that.
Yes. That's really cool.
They
That's
were really
cool.
fun. I'm glad that really worked out for
Yeah,
us.
they did.
I know, we were having technical problems.
I was
Yes.
like really
Yeah, you
worried
know.
there for a second.
Yes.
It happens.
But it was meant to be. Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yes.
So we do have a few more things in this episode to
Yes.
talk about.
Yes.
But I think Abigail was a great big part of this episode, as she always
As
is.
always, right?
Yes.
As always. But her interaction with the men in this
Yes.
in the show. Let's quickly talk about them. Her talk to Gowan in the jail. I was like, oh, you're rubbing salt into that wound a little bit.
Well, I didn't see it like that.
I didn't see it like that either.
I didn't see it like that.
Really?
No.
I thought it was like just a little bit of a dig.
No, I felt like. See, and I keep saying this every time. I feel like there's a connection they have.
I agree.
And she's just kind of saying, because she was being kind of smart, like, because she knows he's having a hard exterior. He's doing it on purpose. He doesn't want to let go. She's trying to get him to just let go. Like, we know that underneath there's a soft exterior. You know Ray Wyatt went too far. You know you went too far. You want some redemption. You know you want it. That's what I felt like she was kind of saying, like, come on, you know. And when he said thank you, I mean, there's a connection there. I think there's a connection.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%. And you know what I was thinking when I was watching this? So she has her interaction with Gowan, and of course when Bill and Frank are in the office with her, I'm just like, all these men just love her.
They do. They do.
Because she's a strong woman.
She's a strong woman.
But yeah, no, I feel like every time I watch her character, I feel like, because you get connected to the actual character. I mean, obviously we love Lori, but I mean her actual character. I'm just like, I feel like I like respect her character so much. Every time she pops up on screen, because she's so strong and she's so determined and positive. I feel like that's just every time I see that character.
Because I know that Elizabeth's the lead female. But I would argue, I guess Abigail's the second lead female.
For sure.
Very close.
Definitely.
I mean, very close. I mean, it's Elizabeth's view and her narrative, but it's like, but Abigail's a very strong narrative too in this series.
Yeah, and I like the fact that like Abigail takes initiative. And,
Oh, yeah.
And like even Bill got in on this, but when we see Marlise Bennett come to town,
Ooh, yeah.
accusing Carson of being a murderer, I'm like, there's something's wrong here. But like even Abigail has the wherewithal to know. It's like, I don't trust this woman. Let's go check out her background and see if she's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
And she also told Pastor Frank.
Pastor
All
Frank.
right. Pastor Frank.
Yeah, what did you think about this? Like, even his, reasonings, like, I was just looking out for you, which I said last week.
But I still think it went too far.
He did go too
We
far.
are the same. We're the same.
But
Yes.
he's looking out for her.
Same.
Yeah, I thought he went too far. But yes, and his reaction, thought it was going to be different when Pastor Frank was like, it's not what I thought it was going to be. At least he admitted
He did admit it.
And that's what I appreciated. I'm like,
too.
okay, at least he came out and said that.
I agree. I think that he was being more pastoral again. It was just like, I was looking out for you, but I was wrong. I thought it would be something else.
Yeah.
And when they all said, we're not going to say anything until he does, they all were like, we agree. And they all agreed. They're just like, yeah, there's no question. We're not going to say anything until he says something. Because this chick came out of nowhere, and she's just spewing accusations. They don't, even though they don't know him fully either, they didn't just take her side automatically. So they did the research, due diligence. And I'm like, okay, we're going to let it sit back for a second.
Like,
I
they
like
reserve judgment.
Yes.
And I liked how my prediction was correct once again.
It was
good.
like scary accurate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. What
That's like
in
what,
terms
10
of like
for
a
me?
view? Yeah. I'm like 2 for 10. I'm like, I got two right, I think, in this whole thing.
I got a couple right.
10
I got a
right.
couple right.
I love winning, you guys. I'm very
She loves winning.
competitive.
But I just think that you're right. So Abigail had that going on. Becky came back, which also I was like, oh, Becky's back. We love
I
seeing
didn't
her.
expect that.
Didn't expect either, and
She grew a foot, man.
She
got,
did.
Like,
She got, like,
really
so
tall.
tall.
She was like taller than Abigail.
and I like Abigail sitting down with her, and because it is hard when you're older and you have I have younger siblings, very younger siblings, and you have life happens, and you're trying to take care of business. You almost forget they're just kids, and I like Abigail's talk with her, just like, maybe you don't understand where he's at, and you got to talk to him. He loves his big sister, and she used the Peter Pan reference. Yeah, which I love. I thought you were actually gonna be like, we like that stuff.
I love
we love that reference, and just say that you got your written down.
He's a little boy who's still living in Neverland, and his Wendy just grew up and left him behind.
I love that line.
And in my notes, perfect analogy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally
Totally makes sense.
Totally agree. And so when we thought it was just Cody being upset about her and the stuff at first, it was like, no, but it made sense. It was like, she's like, you need to go and tell him this. I miss him every day. You need to tell him this.
He's literally upstairs.
Yes. But it's also Abigail imparting some wisdom, and I get to see Abigail you know, it's like a daughter to her. So we get to see that, you know, how close she is with her too. And it was a nice little family thing. I loved it. I thought it was just really great.
Yeah, it was sad to see. I mean, it was great having Becky back, but the fact that she didn't really spend that much time with Carter was kind of disheartening. I'm like,
I thought so.
Your brother, you're like you're finally back with family.
Yeah.
But she's like too inundated with work and studying. I was like, I get that. She has
tough.
to study.
Yeah, but
We all know that. We all
She
know
can
that.
make
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Well, she's like, she's young. She doesn't know how to do that yet. Like, she doesn't know that. That's why Abigail had to tell her, okay, girl, you need to, like, you know,
Prioritize.
prioritize your family.
Family.
Because it is hard. Because we all know what it's like. I mean, I went to college. It's hard.
College.
You have to. You have
all
a lot of
went
things. You
to
have to get to study. There's things you have to do. But family is always important, and I say it all the time. It's always important, no matter what.
Well, now she will realize, because we saw Cody throughout this episode. Happy that Becky was back,
Yes.
but like throughout the episode, we slowly see him like disintegrate.
Yeah,
a
literally,
bit.
yes.
And you know,
Deteriorate.
when I was watching the deterioration, if you will, I was watching him like he's being really dramatic about this, and I was like, that doesn't seem like something he would do, and like be like to not eat and to. So that's what I thought, and so I was actually, as just a viewer, so completely blindsided by how it ended. Are we gonna get into that?
Goodness.
Okay. I was
Cody
blindsided.
topples
I did
over?
not.
Yeah.
I did not see this one coming. Totally,
No,
like
same here.
completely. I did
Same
not
here.
see it coming.
Same here. And I'm already scared for next week, you guys. I'm already scared to watch next
I
week.
know. What are the Hearties saying? Shout some out.
Yeah, because my internet's not working.
So we got.
Sorry, guys.
Technology's not the greatest.
It is
Yeah, we're
today,
having
it
a
is
rough
today.
day.
They're agreeing. They're agreeing with all
powering
the.
through.
Is Mercury in retrograde?
Not
It
yet.
might be.
Okay.
Might be. They're all like they're agreeing with everything we're saying so far. So, but like Mandy Lyons, Lori Meeker, Tina Chire,
Don't make me
Kelsey
cry,
M,
Marissa. I'm sorry.
Trisha Kilstein, our girl who's on Twitter, Melissa Langley, who's on Twitter.
Melissa Langley.
Is there Kenzie Morris, Jordan Blackstone, Adriana Aguilar. You know, there's a lot of folks in here.
Trisha Kelstein, I Heart Knit, Peter Murray, Tim
Yes.
Shayer,
Stephanie Rotan, Adriana Slater.
Shirley McTash.
You know, just I mean,
got some
Lisa
people.
Gupton. Did I say it right, girl? Gupton. I said it right. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. Just we again, as I always say, it's every week. We appreciate you guys just like coming and joining us your Mondays with us, and you guys are so. You guys getting excited makes us re-excited.
Yes.
It does. We love coming here anyway, just because we're
I
friends.
wake up to Wynn calls the heart tweets. It's fantastic.
Me too.
I wake up to them.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I wake up to
My
them
friends are
every
like, who are these
single
Hearties? Who are they? They're everywhere. I'm like, they are everywhere. And
Before
we-
my alarm wakes me up, I get the Hearties tweets that
Yes.
wake me up. It's
me too.
fantastic.
Me too. Me too. And
Wake up smiling.
And I just want to say, you guys, thank you so much this yesterday and today, all for because I've been going through my dogs in the hospital, and my
geez.
parents got broken into last night. So
Yeah.
it was a horrible Easter for me yesterday. Horrible for me and my family. But thank you guys. And once again, you're showing up for me in so many different ways online. Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy belated Easter to all those who celebrate.
Well, those who celebrate, and it's Nancy,
Passover.
and it's Nancy's birthday. Say birthday, Nancy.
Yes,
We
happy
were saying-
birthday, Nancy.
We were saying it in the chat room. So happy birthday, Nancy.
Yes.
We are a family.
I wanted to say that.
Aw,
on the
happy
show.
birthday.
Oh, okay, so you said okay, go. Okay, I just let me do that. But you guys are really here for us on Mondays.
You
and we just love
guys
the show.
are fantastic.
I
Anything
know.
else about this episode? A lot happened,
A lot
but
of-
everyone's still missing Lissing. Yes, we are.
Missing
Hashtag
Lissing,
missing
yes.
Lissing.
Missing Lissing.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a feeling. I really had a feeling it was going to be probably to the finale. I just had this
I
feeling.
know,
it was,
it's
you
really
know.
unfortunate. But,
Dude.
like, I'm just trying to think. I want to say that this was the time when Daniel Lissing actually went off to film an episode of Timeless. Like, at the same
okay.
time that they'd be filming it. So it's like the timeline just works.
Okay.
Got it.
That's
okay.
what happened.
Okay. And
But
so
still, I mean, it's such a big void in the show.
it really is. You're
Well,
right.
that's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to show us that because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there who are waiting for loved ones who are overseas fighting, and they don't
So
hear
hard.
from them. It's really tough. It's tough, folks.
It is tough. It is. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else before we move to
The show's the bomb. I love it.
The show is the bomb. Is the bomb.
You know, I have one more quote from Cody. It says, "Why do things have to change?" And I think so many of us like kind of find ourselves doing that because what's the one thing you can depend on that things are going to change? But I thought that was so like. You know, and of course we say it coming from kids, it's so honest, but I feel like that all the time. I'm like, oh, why do things have to change?
Yeah.
Why
part
did
of
Jack
growing
have to
up.
leave?
Part of adulthood, growing up,
Yeah.
things change. It's not always going to be the way that you know and want it to be.
Yeah, so it's just
Well, I'll
interesting
tell you-
seeing that as a kid growing up.
I'll tell you, even at my age, because I'm way older than you guys, I still get surprised too sometimes when things drastically change, and I forget
Yeah.
sometimes that is life. Especially when you get older, when you start getting around my age and stuff, things really do accelerate and start to change really fast, and it's Very interesting. I mean, next month I have a birthday, and it's like, where did that happen?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
coming up.
one of my favorite moments in this episode that like really just got me laughing was when Bill was trying to get Rip going out for
Oh
a
my
walk.
God, yes.
I'm glad Elizabeth's not the only one that struggles with Rip.
Yeah.
Oh my
And, like the
gosh.
point
Oh,
was
that
like
was so
going
funny.
for a walk means walking.
Yes.
This is starting to get embarrassing.
I loved
I
it.
love Jack.
I love it.
Yeah.
So funny.
Jack Wagner is the bomb.
Rip.
I love him.
Rip, man.
Rip's he's good.
Rip the dog.
He's good. He's good.
Literally does nothing,
Does nothing.
No,
does
nothing.
nothing.
but still gives you laughing every single
Yes,
time.
I agree.
It's everything I need in life.
All right, so let's get to some predictions.
And now, your
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yes.
I don't want to predict anything. I'm scared.
I know. I shouldn't predict anything anymore because, like, I'm just going to wish it into the world and then it's going to happen and then y'all can blame me. But I do have a prediction. Cody has appendicitis. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I think it
okay.
is, too.
Yeah, wait, hold,
I mean,
okay.
you're a nurse.
Yes.
Come on, James.
Wait a second.
But like, okay.
Wait.
But the thing is, this is, and I have it in my notes too. That like I'm backing this up. One, lack of appetite because we saw Cody
That's
wasn't
true.
eating.
That's true.
Two, he was tired. He didn't want to play dodgeball anymore. And three, he was holding his stomach when he
Yeah,
keeled over at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
I was like, you put 3 and 3 together, you
Yeah.
kind of probably have appendicitis,
I was just more
which
shocked
is
it
like
happened. I
an
didn't know.
emergency
Yeah.
operation.
Oh, that makes my
And-
whole body.
but-
Yeah, because I mean that's deadly.
I mean, you put 3 and 3 together, and I'm like, you're probably for the. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking appendicitis, which is still very serious,
No, it is. It's
but
still to this day.
operable.
Yeah.
Operable, and I think because now we know about Carson's background, he is a legit doctor. He's going to perform on
knows.
Cody, and Cody's gonna survive, and Carson's gonna redeem himself, and everyone's gonna be happy, but it's gonna be emotional while we watch it. Holy crap.
Oh, I
They're
know.
not gonna kill a child. Like,
No.
I'll just say that.
They better not.
I
This
think
is Hallmark.
yes.
No way are they going to kill a child on the show. So Cardi's gonna be alright. I'm saying Cardi.
Yeah, you Cardi.
Cody's gonna be fine, you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
But I definitely think that's what's gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the folks in here. I actually agree with a couple who said this in here. I think Jack will be back with an
Yes.
injury.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, what kind of injury?
I'm gonna say arm,
Arm, leg, something that like
a limb,
keeps him bedridden
extremity,
for a while.
an extremity.
Well, I was thinking Jack would come back because Elizabeth is gonna go get him for this
But
Cody,
there's something.
Cody
I
situation.
think there's something wrong with his arm. I think, or is Elizabeth going to get Carson? Didn't Carson leave?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
my
true.
prediction.
Carson did
That's
leave.
true.
So she's gonna go
that's
with Carson.
true.
She's gonna
I
say,
like that.
Yeah, she's gonna
I
get
like
Carson.
that.
Carson
okay.
left, and she's gonna go get Carson.
But Jack will come
Yes.
back, but he'll have an injury.
Yeah,
I
Jack's gonna come back.
I say broken arm or something.
Okay.
I say, but she's gonna go get Carson because Carson left, so he's gonna go get Carson.
Carson left.
Because Abigail
Yeah,
can't do it because
yeah,
Abigail's gonna be so
yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
Because Abigail's gonna be so busy at Cody's bedside.
Right.
Her best friend needs
That's
to go out
true.
and get
That's
him.
true.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
and even
that's
the
a good call.
preview, like
I know.
breaking
Oh my
my
god.
heart.
gonna
Yeah, but
cry,
I think
baby.
Carson's gonna save him and
Like-
redeem himself, and I think that that's exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I guess maybe Jack would be hurt. It makes sense for him to have a reason to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big episode for Cody, especially
Yes.
for a finale. It's gonna like rock
Yeah.
everybody because Cody's been there and it's affecting a child, which is like even.
Yes.
If it comes to adult, yeah, that's serious. But like a child, that's just like I think it has a completely different impact. You're like,
Oh, of course.
no,
Of course.
this cannot be good. But speaking of Cody, you guys, special guest next week. We have Carter Skyping back in.
Oh yeah. Oh, they didn't tell us that.
She didn't tell us.
She didn't tell us. She didn't tell us.
I'm looking at James. I'm like, did you know?
No, she didn't tell me. Oh, that's so fun, Carter.
I like
That's
to
good.
surprise you guys.
Oh, that's so
Yes,
funny.
speaking
oh, that's good. Yes.
Of Cody, Carter is going to Skype back in for a finale
Oh, that's
after
good.
show.
Okay, that's good. That's
So
good.
we get Cody himself talking
Yes.
about the episode. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I picked a random body part. Somebody said, Jay just totally picked a random body part. I did. I picked an arm. I'm sticking to that, too. I'm picking an arm. I'm going to say left arm because I'm left-handed. That's random, too. There you go. I saw that in there. They're making fun of me. Yeah, I picked the random body part. I didn't say a shoulder, something like that. I'm like an arm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have. I can't figure out when
No
it's
predictions
gonna
this
come
time?
back.
Really?
No,
People
not
are-
not for Jack. Like, I agree with the Carson prediction.
Yes.
I'm kind of useless right now.
People are predicting that Jack will come back with PTSD. Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
But in fairness, that's like such a recurring theme in shows. I
Yeah.
hope like maybe there'd be one or two episodes that he deal with it and then like move on.
Yeah.
Only because that's such a repetitive trope in television shows. I
Yeah.
hope it's something that
True.
Interesting though.
it's not like everlasting throughout this next season.
Yeah. I'm just wondering the cliffhanger for like the very end, because there's going to be another season, and I just wonder what the cliffhanger is going to be for that.
Master.
I did say about you, yes.
Jack will come back, you guys.
He's coming back.
It's the finale.
It's the finale.
They're not going to do the finale without
I mean, I'd be so upset if Jack didn't come back in the finale.
And I think
then
the
we have
Hearties would,
a
too.
whole nother year to wait for Jack's appearance just to see him.
Yeah.
He's coming back to the finale. It has to be.
Yeah.
He has to be.
Has to be.
Okay. Anything else before we go?
I'm just sad.
Episode.
I'm sad.
I know.
No.
I'm hopeful.
One more episode,
I am
guys.
hopeful. Well, I'm sad that.
I'm sad by
You know,
I
Yeah.
thought you were like sad about Cody. I'm like, I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
Yes.
No, but
Carter's
yeah.
and Carter. Cody's gonna be fine, guys.
Carter will be fine too.
You did call him
Carter
Carter
really
earlier on
fun.
about something, but
I know.
I
I recognize that too.
and then I thought you said
Interchangeable,
Carson.
guys.
I was like, what did she just say?
The Carter, Carson, Cody, Carson, yeah, class.
I had it ingrained in me because I knew Carter was coming.
I
back.
know.
But you guys, we have him
He's
next
so
week.
cute.
I'm really
He's
excited.
cute.
One more episode. I'm so sad it's almost over.
It's surreal, almost. I
It
feel
is
like
good.
We'll
we're,
need
like,
champagne to
blinked.
get through next episode.
I'll bring that. I did last time. I'll bring some
There
more.
we go. All right. In the meantime, we're going to keep following you.
You guys, thank you for buying my book. I have a book. And here for a special announcement. I tell you, I have announcements this week. My new book is out tomorrow. It's called the James Lott Jr.'s Untitled Book of Poetry. It's on Amazon. It'll be on Kindle and as a paperback. So now I have 2 books out, actually. So you can find them. Just type in James Lott Jr. on Amazon and find me. And type in James Lott Jr. All the rest of it, you can find me.
He is a total underachiever.
I don't
Total
I do a few
underachiever.
things. I do
Yeah,
a few
hyphen
things.
it upon hyphen it.
Yes, it's like on that now. Slash, hyphen,
Hyphen.
slash.
It must be
Hyphen,
so
hyphen.
terrible being good at everything.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of good at everything, I am Maria Provenzano, and you can find me at Maria Provenzano on Twitter. And you know what? I have lots of recipes and crafts on my
does.
website.
She does.
There you
She
go.
does.
From Scratch with Maria.
I'm just here.
I'm just here. Oh,
But you're
my
so
God.
pretty.
You run AfterBuzz.
I do run AfterBuzz.
She does.
Runs a lot.
But you can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV. You can follow all of us here, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those fun social media platforms at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks to Eren and Eva for Skyping
Yes,
in.
thank you guys.
They were great. They
Yes.
were awesome. Team class.
Yes, make sure to give it a thumbs up too on YouTube.
Yes.
And give us the stars on iTunes.
Like,
Yes.
share, spread the love.
Spread it.
And we will see you next time,
Bye,
Hearties.
guys. Love you guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, Hearties.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.